Well, hello there again, and welcome back outside here on my back porch at Lakeside. It is so great to be back here, and during this week when I am filming this video, we have another seasonal thing that is reopening for the year, and that is Nettie's hot dogs. Very exciting. And maybe at times I will record some more videos outside here on my back porch. And with what I want to talk about today, this may sound kind of similar to what I've talked about before, though I don't think I've really talked about regret. And that's what I want to talk about here today. Regret. Regret. Have you ever felt regret over something that really stands out from your past? Something that was sinful and wrong? Or do you remember a few things from the past, like I do, that really stand out, and you have thought to yourself, I wish that I would have never said that, and I wish I would have never done that. I really, really wish that I never said that one thing. I wish I would have never done that one thing. And maybe when you have thought about those things from the past, you have beaten yourself up a lot with what you are thinking, and some things can be hard to deal with. I know for me, there have been a few things from my past where I have thought to myself, I wish I never would have said that, and I wish I would have never done that. And I will share those two stories here. I have a story about something that I said, and a story about something that I did. And then I will provide my thoughts to you if you have been feeling regret, and how you can deal with regret, and how you can go forward in a way where you can be comforted and you are not beating yourself up. But yeah, with a story from my past, when it comes to something that I once said, I remember this moment very clearly when I was in 7th grade. And this was either in the fall of 2005 or the spring of 2006. That was when I was in 7th grade. And I was in art class during 7th grade. And to change the name of the person that I'm going to reference here, let's just call him Cody. Let's call him Cody. I remember when Cody walked into art class first, and then I walked into art class right after he did. Cody said something, I don't remember what, but then I remember clearly that I said something about him where he could hear it, and I wish I would have never said this. I said, oh yeah, nobody likes Cody. I wish I would have never said that. I wish I would have never said that, because I think I really hurt Cody's feelings in that moment, and I was scolded by the art teacher when she heard that, and I said I was sorry. And then I do remember Cody was talking to a couple of other people at his table in art class about me after I said that bad, hurtful thing. He was saying to some other people, "Oh, yeah, that guy is a jerk because of what he just said when he said nobody likes Cody." You know, I really wish that I would have never said that, and that moment stays with me. I know it has remained in my mind, along with other times when I was younger and I was making some dirty jokes. You know, I wish I would have never made a single dirty joke in my whole life. And yeah, I know that there are moments from my past where I wish I would have never said something that was wrong and crude, and I wish I would have never said anything that does not line up with God's way when it comes to talking. And then, when it comes to a story relating to something that I have done, you may remember this story because I have shared it before on YouTube, and I will share it here. I remember in 2009, I made the decision on a cruise to get drunk. And I had a stupid reason for wanting to get drunk. I was curious about what it would be like. Even though I knew it was risky, I was curious about how it would feel to be drunk. And I remember after I had the two big glasses of an alcoholic beverage really quick, I was feeling terrible for 3 hours while I was walking around and stumbling around on the cruise ship. And I remember how I was able to find my room on the cruise while I was drunk, and I went back and I got sick. And while I was very lucky that when I woke up the next morning on New Year's Day that I had no hangover, but I remember feeling regret over that terrible decision for years and years and years, because I thought to myself, man, I have been drunk once and I cannot go back in time and change the fact that I did that once, that I was drunk once. And also, I was a bad example to the other teenagers who were in that group with me when I was 17 and they were 17 or 16 or 15. I was a bad example to the other people around me on that cruise. And I wish that I could go back in time and say, no, I'm not going to get drunk. But ever since then, you may remember, I've talked about it before, how ever since that one time I was drunk, I have never repeated. I have never repeated that decision. I have never repeated that decision because I do not want to play with that dangerous, risky idea ever again. And I may not have suffered any consequences from the first time when I got drunk, but if I were to get drunk again, then something bad could happen. I could do something wrong to somebody. I could say something very inappropriate to somebody while I'm drunk. And hey, other people out there may have the thought, oh, I got drunk and I drove home and I got home in one piece. Nothing bad happened to me. But then people could get drunk again and drive a car again, and something bad could happen. They could run into someone else, and people could get severely injured or killed. And I know with me, I have never repeated that bad decision of getting drunk. And also, over the last 20 years, when I was becoming an older teenager and a young adult, and then in my 20s and 30s, I have definitely cleaned up my language, and I am not making the dirty jokes, and I am always thinking to myself, okay, should I send this text message? Should I post these words on the internet? Or when I am talking to someone on the phone or face to face, should I say what I feel like I want to say, or should I keep quiet? And that's good for all of us to think about. Before we speak, should we say what we want to say, or should we not say it? And when it comes to our actions, we definitely want to think to ourselves, should we go through with this action, or is this action very risky and dangerous, and is it sinful? Does it line up with God's way, or does it not line up with God's way? And to have the courage and the confidence to say, no, I'm not going through with that sinful action, and no, I'm not going to say the words that I was thinking of saying. If it's sinful, then I'm not going to do it. And yeah, that kind of leads me to what I want to say when it comes to regret and my comforting thoughts to you. Okay? When it comes to regret and sinful choices that we have made, what I always remember is that I am not the only person who has sinned. Okay? Everyone on earth has sinned. All of us have fallen short of the glory of God. We have all said something wrong. We have all done something wrong. And also, I remember that God can forgive me. God can forgive you. After anything that we have done, we can always go to God for forgiveness. We can always go to God for forgiveness. And also, it's very good to be surrounded by other believers who will pray for you and comfort you. And yeah, I hope that we can always choose good company who will lift us up and encourage us to do what is right according to God and to say no to what is wrong according to God. Finding good company. And I think about the book of John, chapter 8, verse 11. What does Jesus say to the woman in that story? Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Okay? When we think about regret and forgiveness and going forward, let us not beat ourselves up and remember that everyone has made a mistake. And let us go to the Lord and ask for his forgiveness. And also, after we go to the Lord for forgiveness, let us go and sin no more. It's not just going to God and asking for forgiveness and then never learning from our mistakes, but rather let us go to the Lord and ask for his forgiveness and then go and sin no more. Just like how with the stories that I have shared and when I have spoken about how I have improved over the last 20 years, I have gone to the Lord and I have asked for his forgiveness, but then I have gone forward improving myself with my speech and with my actions. And I know that the Lord can forgive me. The Lord can forgive us. The Lord can forgive you. And nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And we've all made mistakes. And also something else that I would just like to say is that we all have a purpose, and let us keep on living. Let us keep on living. Okay? I know some days may be harder than others when we have to deal with the challenges of life and surprises in life, and it may be hard to keep on going when we are feeling regret over mistakes from the past. But let us keep on going and let us keep on living. Let us keep on living. Let us keep on living for the fun things and the serious things in the future, and particularly with the serious things. In the future, there are people who will probably call you or walk up to you and ask for help. This could be people in your inner circle. They may need your help with a certain task, or they may just want to talk because they are having a rough day. And someone in your family may need help. You know, if you ever have to take on the kind of task that I have had to take on for the last 12 months now, where my quote-unquote grandma has been going downhill, and I've had to go there in person to comfort her and give her company while I'm there at the nursing home for her. And also, I have been cleaning out my quote-unquote grandma's home. You know, that is a big thing there for me, and there have been other things over the last 10 to 15 years where I am glad that I have stayed alive and I have been there for people, and certainly there will be more of that in the future with my life, and I'm sure there will be times like that for you in your future. And I know that it may not always feel easy to keep on going and keep on living when life can be stressful and when we feel regret. But I hope that you can feel comforted by knowing that we've all made mistakes and God can forgive us. God can forgive us. And it really is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing when we think about the journey of maturity and growing more mature when it comes to how we talk and also with our decisions in life. Let us deal with our regret in a way that is healthy. Let us go to the Lord and ask for forgiveness. And we can find other believers as well and talk to them one-on-one, or we can talk to a family member one-on-one, and we can work through the tough feelings that we have about the things that we regret. And yeah, let us talk to our trusted people and deal with regret in a healthy way and go to the Lord and ask for his forgiveness, and then learn from our mistakes, go and sin no more, and remember that we all have a purpose. Let us keep on living. Let us keep on living, and let us all keep on growing and maturing, and let us all continue to live for God, and do not let those feelings of regret make you feel miserable, but rather let us deal with those feelings of regret and learn from our mistakes in the past, and then go forward with God's forgiveness, and we go and sin no more, and let us keep on living for God. I just wanted to say that and share this message today because it has been on my mind, and I know that this may not always be the easiest thing to think about, but it's good to work through these tough things in life, and we can all grow and mature and improve. And I certainly hope that all of this has made sense, and I hope that you have found the suggestions here and how to deal with regret. I hope you have found them to be comforting, and remember, you have a purpose. Keep on going, keep on living, and let us continue to serve, and let us continue to live for God. And remember, I care about you very much, and yeah, we all have things to work through, and I am always on your side and cheering you on, rooting for you and praying for you. And yes, I am always here to motivate you and share it with you that I care about you. And yeah, I'm sure that there will be more talking videos and messages where I am motivating you and comforting you and encouraging you. And with this video, if you ever get the time to watch it again, it will be here on YouTube. And so once again, thank you for watching another talking video here on my YouTube channel. Stay well and be safe, and continue to live for God. And I will see you later. Thank you.